the show.
Good morning, everyone. I'm trying to put the cap on my water bottle, and
Good morning,
I'm not
Jesse.
succeeding. How's everybody doing? It's Sunday night, or whatever time it is when you're watching this, listening to this. All of the above, any of the above. It's been a heck of a week for Jesse. That's me. I'm Jesse. Nothing bad, just a lot of stuff going on this week. I'll be sleeping in my bed for the first time in like 3 days, so I'm very happy about that tonight. Even if it is a lumpy sack of potatoes. Curtis, how are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing excellent. I've been celebrating the great character that is Jubilee from the X-Men all week. She's amazing. So, for those not in the know, Jubilee Day is a thing that happens in Jesse's neighborhood, and he basically can't get to his home for a few days. So, and it's not based on the character from the X-Men.
No, it's its own. It's a one-day street festival. They close the street down at like 6 a.m, and they don't open it up till 1 a.m. the next day. So I just leave super early, go to work, sleep on the table in the break room for a while, do my job, then go spend the night at a friend's house. But this week, it happened to fall the same week as I was dog sitting for a coworker. So I did Jubilee Day, woke up at my friend's house, came home, got ready, went to work, and then went to my friend's house or my coworker's house to watch his dogs. Ran home for 2 hours to do OffWorld, went back to take care of the dogs, and got home this afternoon. So
Busy times.
Yes. So Jubilee is a fantastic character. I would be much happier about the festival if it was about Jubilee. Or even, Juneteenth or something like that would be much more fun than just street fair food and tchotchkes. But, whatever. Different strokes. Enough about that.
You want me to call out the folks in the chat that are hanging out with us today?
That would be delightful, Curtis.
We've got Dave Orkin out there, Legends Collector 1321. We saw him last week. Jeff Evans, Chris Johnson, Dirk's Designs. We've got Joe Martinez, V-Dog, David Williams, Carver Customs, Brian Lynn, King Castle Seeger. We've got Stacy Lynn. That's right. 2 Lyns for her and another Lynn and Brian. So that's 3 Lyns total for anybody counting out there. That's all the Lyns. We've got G out there. Maybe seeing him in a little bit. Darla Ackerman. Hey, I know her. Patrick Boyle, Steve Obag, Rob Zamora, Joe Gonzalez, Eric Johansson. We've got Matt Stein, 1-6 shooter. Hey, Trevor, Paul Zach, and Jeremy Govier. So.
Yes. And I did confirm today it is King Castle Sieger, like one who is sieging a castle.
Okay. All right. And I confirmed it's Stacy Lynn, 2 Lyns.
Yes.
Middle name Lynn, last name Lynn.
Yes. It's like 3/5 of Voltron. That was not. Oh, I want to take that back. Apparently, I've been saying 3/5 for years because I thought it was a funny fraction. Apparently, there's like a whole.
That's
3/5 compromise. It's one of those.
Yeah.
I learned about in school, so I was not making a joke about that, and I probably shouldn't have even acknowledged. But yeah.
But she has 2/3 of the Lyns in that
Yes.
in that couple.
Yes.
So yeah, she's got the advantage with it when it comes to the Lyns. So
84/16 of Voltron. How's that?
There you go.
Now that I'm done embarrassing myself.
Oh yeah, I do see this from Trevor. Says hit that like. Apparently it tells people that we're on or something. That's what Trevor says. I don't know. So take the time, hit that like. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're fun guys.
Usually,
yeah.
When we're not accidentally making horrible jokes.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Well, that's everybody in the chat. Thank you all for being here. For those that are listening to this on the replay or however you do, thank you for checking in with us. Stacey, I'll let Curtis chuckle here. Yes, I get made fun of at the BM. I'm assuming that was
I think
DMV.
she's talking about DMV. Yes.
Every time I get my license renewed. Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Yes, Steve-O, we did find out on the last episode Jesse loves cream pies. So
I like raisin cream pies.
yes, make sure you have raisins in your cream pie that you send to Jesse.
Homemade. I've never had a homemade one, so
gotcha.
just gonna
All right.
myself.
What time it is, Curtis? Tonight? Nice.
Tonight, do you want to say it or do you want me to say it?
We can both say it if you want.
All right, on 3.
Okay,
folks. Tonight we're joined with 1, 2, 3.
Guaisaguey.
There
you go. Echevarria.
Oh, I think he just disconnected from the internet.
No, he's right there.
What's up, G?
Hello, how's it going? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing in the chat there?
I like your room aesthetic. It's like somewhere between mine and Curtis's look of your shelves. So like
one side is mine, right? And the other side belongs to my wife and my daughter. They kind of like trying to take over my side, but I'm not letting it happen.
Okay.
Yeah, the wife and daughter side looks like Jesse's, and then your side looks like mine.
There.
I mean, that's fine.
Right.
I'll take it.
That works. Cool. Well, at the start of the show, we do a little thing we like to call shelf selections, where Jesse and I picked out some photos that inspired us throughout the week. So we'll pull those up. We'll comment on them. G, you can feel free to comment on those as well.
Thank you.
And then we will go from there. So
pull that
starting out.
I'm gonna put G at the top.
One, I believe
it should be in the normal order. It's
okay.
Normal order. Your stuff first.
This is Darth Dondada. And yeah, just a little Silver Surfer Galactus shot. I think there was a behind the scenes on this, and they just really look cool together. I have the Sentinel, I don't have the Galactus, but yeah, this looks really awesome. I like the way this came together. So they don't look like toys, that's for sure.
No, these look great. The backdrop, the effects are really cool. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know how much is After Effects or how much is just in camera. But go check out Darth Dondada to see the behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to see someone pose one of the older 3 3/4 Silver Surfers with this Galactus, just to give that extra scale with it. But that's an awesome shot.
I like the way that this one is, though, because it kind of feels like the Silver Surfer is closer to you, which would make sense on why he's a little bit bigger. But yeah, I know what you're saying, that playing with the scales would be kind of cool.
Yes. Awesome.
G, any thoughts on this one?
I think it's a beautiful shot. It doesn't look like a toy at all. And the guy's username is is really cool. I'm thinking about Darth Dong Dada, no easy super cat, no Dong Dada. That's what it kind of reminded me of. But that shot is amazing. Makes me want to get a Galactus.
Plus, a lot of purple in there, so that's always good.
Yeah. Unofficial Purple Gang shout out. So
yeah, there you go.
Purple approved.
All right, next one is Jesse's.
So this is from Eddie and his toys. This was just a fun shot of the NECA Gargoyle, Xanatos, Demona, and the Steel Clan drones, which I need to find 2 of those so I can do a similar shot like this on my shelf. But yeah, I just thought this was just a fun setup. I think this is a great line of figures, and I just one of the best cartoon villains, I think, of all time, right there.
Yeah, she's kind of a jerk, but but this is a good shot.
I was talking about Thanatos, but
yeah. It's a good picture. Yeah, I don't have any of these, but I think they're really cool. It's one of those that when you go in the store and you see one of these in the NECA section, it kind of like pulls me a little bit, and I'm like, no, I don't need one of those. But they are really neat. So
yeah.
G,
I think it's a beautiful shot as well. Gargoyles, I remember when Gargoyles came out and I wanted action figures for them. But I used to run home, the funny story, like it was in the 90s. I used to run home from work to catch Gargoyles just to make sure I got it on, because I didn't know how to set my VCR because I'm stupid like that. But yeah, I used to run home, so I'm loving this one. And I only have one, unfortunately, and I stopped right there. I just got Goliath when he came out, and I think I was good with that. I do want some more though, man. But it's a beautiful shot.
Very cool. Juan Diego, you're gonna have to shoot me a message because I'm not familiar with the explanation of that name for. Oh, David, because Goliath. Never mind. For someone who loves puns and wordplay, sometimes I miss super obvious stuff.
That's all right. You're good. All right. Next one is one of mine. This is Plastic Action on Instagram. And this is pretty much all practical. There is one spot where so this is like Marvel versus Capcom or versus Street Fighter. So you've got on the bridge there, you've got Doctor Strange kind of knocking the soul out of Balrog, and he becomes the Mike Tyson figure. So like the transition between the two is kind of added after the fact. But the Tyson is real, the Balrog is real. Everything else on this, I think, pretty much is just practical, except for there's some electrical around one of the characters. So, but yeah, this thing, it's a long setup to do this shot. I mean, to set up all these figures and take this picture had to take forever. And I think he had a video of him actually setting each one of these up, and he had a couple like close-up shots of different parts of this, and it's just amazing. I mean, it's like a cool diorama piece that you could see like if you went into a toy store and they would have like in their front window display or something. Yeah, just really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. It looks like there's some, like you said, some of the like power effects have been added in, but just it's just to enhance the action, not it doesn't feel like it's altering anything. This is just really cool. This is one, definitely look this up on a phone or a tablet, something where you can zoom in or look at the behind the scenes and see all this stuff, because there's a lot going on here, and it doesn't feel cluttered. It's just, it pulls you in, which a good picture should. So yeah, this is great. Real quick, we got a super chat from Thor 2941. My brother G, greetings all and enjoying your stream. Thank you very much.
It's a good friend of mine right there. We grew up together, actually, man, from when we was kids and still collecting and everything. We just live far away, but me and him been since I was like about 9 or 10 years old, man. No, wait a minute, 5 or 6.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
That's
very
awesome.
cool. Yeah, this is such a cool shot, man.
It is.
I think
everything that's going on in this it's like I could imagine the time that he took just to pose each figure, get those effects in there, and hope that nothing falls over while he's trying to take that shot.
Right.
That he went into this is like, wow, it's amazing.
Yeah, you'd hate for like one figure to start a chain reaction, like one fall into another, and just like take out the whole thing and be like right when you're getting ready to shoot it. Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, that would be.
But yeah, check this out, Plastic Action on Instagram. Really cool stuff. So
up next,
Jesse.
Live and in the chat with us today, King Castle Sieger, with his Rakondo that he won on the Purple Gang last week. I grabbed this shot before I even looked at who it was, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool," because it's such a like kind of what do you call it? Candid shot. You know, it's just he's like in position up against a tree. It's outside, so like because he's like a normal human character, like the building in the background looks like he's like storming a compound or, you know, going in to rescue somebody.
Right.
I just thought it was a cool shot. And then when I realized who it was and what I was like, oh, cool. This is kind of like a full circle moment of someone winning a prize, and it makes it onto this into the feed. So yeah, but check out King Castle Sieger for more awesome toy shots.
Yeah, this was it's kind of the same thing, man. I saw the picture. I was like, oh man, this is a really cool shot. And I didn't notice till afterwards that like we were tagged in it and everything. Yeah, I mean, great use of the figure. I love the way that it's set up like that. It looks really cool. So yeah, great job for sure.
Definitely. For me, it takes me back to the first appearance of Wakanda in the G.I. Joe comic books. This shot kind of reminds me of that. The G.I. Joe team was deployed into the Amazons of South America in the rainforest, and all of a sudden they bump into Wakanda and they had to storm some kind of compound. And in the background, you can see like that little it looks like a compound. So this shot definitely reminds me of that. It's dope.
Nice.
Yeah, plus he's got that Kurt Russell vibe.
Oh yeah,
like the
mustache.
You pop that head on a gunslinger figure of some sort, and you got your Wyatt Earp right there.
There you go.
Or
but
Huckleberry.
For those of you that also watch Offworld, I took a lot of heat on Friday because I had not watched Big Trouble in Little China, and I really got bombarded with people telling me that I needed to watch it right away, and I did watch it this weekend. And I gotta say, like, maybe if I had watched it when I was younger, I would be attached to it. But watching it as an adult, I was like, what the heck is going? Like, there was some weird stuff in that movie. I don't know that that's for me, but I did watch it. So there's that.
I will fully support your opinion on it, because that's how, and I'm not trying to pick on a movie you picked, but that's how I felt watching Monster Squad. Like, if I had seen it back then, I probably would have attachment to it. As an adult watching it last year, whenever I did, it just isn't there. So like, I get it. Well,
that's like we talked about Tango and Cash not too long ago. And it was one of the happy evers. And like, I watched that when I was a kid, so I absolutely love it. But when I was watching it now, I'm like, man, if I didn't have this attachment from when I was a kid, I probably would not like this movie.
Real quick, G, you hit the nail on the head, King.
Oh wow, awesome!
Yeah, that's what they were thinking of when you took the picture. So yeah,
awesome.
Beautiful. All right,
my
well,
brain
next
froze up for a
one
there.
Is one of mine. Okay, so like we recommend these IGs for people to check out, and I'm like, I can't stress this enough. Check out this guy's Instagram, maxedout_studio. He does some amazing work. He repaints these Mafex figures, which, Mafex figures aren't cheap. Like, you're paying a premium price for a premium figure, but then he does these repaints on them that are unbelievable. So this was the Nightfall Batman that just came out. That's the, completely gray and blue. There's no like black on that figure. And did a full repaint of that, turning it into this, and it looks beautiful. But I mean, he's done some great Spider-Man repaints and all kinds of different stuff. Sometimes he's just adding like shading to the like crevices and stuff with an airbrush, but they always look just so much better. And I love Mafex figures as they are, but he does some amazing work. If you enjoy customizing, you love seeing, art, check out his Instagram, because this stuff is awesome. And he does sell a lot of these pieces. Sometimes he'll take commissions, and sometimes he'll do something like this. I think this one, he's got a limited number that he's actually selling on his Instagram right now. So yeah, check it out. It's really cool. I love his work. So
This is such a great custom. It just looks like they took the 89, Keaton Batman, pushed that look right into the comics, and then made this figure. It's really, really nice. Maxed Out Studio stuff is always so clean and crisp and smooth. Like, it's like the finished photos always look flawless.
Yeah,
definitely, it's a beautiful piece. I thought it was I thought it was original. I didn't even think that was a custom. It's amazing. The gold on the belt alone pops out so much. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And the paint, he got like a lot of cojones to paint the Mayfex figure up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, to take $100 plus figure and do a full repaint of it.
Oh God.
And I mean, you know, we're used to seeing customs for, you know, like legions and stuff, which pop apart very easily compared to other things. You know, when you're talking about like double jointed arms and legs and things like that, like those things don't paint easily. Like there's a lot of work involved to make sure that you don't get paint rub and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, it does an amazing job. Did want to pull up, Steph says, watch Overboard. Love that movie. It's one of my favorites. So just FYI.
Overboard is good.
There we go.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, next one is Jesse's.
So Matt Stein, we had on a couple weeks ago. This is one of his next Cosmic Dwarf customs from 13Z Customs over on Instagram. Again, there is no LED or light effect in this figure. That is the paint job on the eyes and that lantern on the helmet, which just blows me away. When we had him on a couple weeks ago, we saw he had like the green helmeted light one, which is all in the way he does the effects and like the the feathering out of the colors and stuff. And there's more pictures of this one and the rest of the crew over on the 13Z Customs page, so go check that out. But yeah, I just, as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, like I was like, this is Matt's. Like as I saw the logo, so like sometimes you can see people's stuff and just know who it is like immediately. And I was like, I gotta grab this one. I was actually afraid you were gonna pick this one this week, Curtis.
I did not. I actually liked the green one better, just personal preference. But it's cool that he's got like 3 of these now that he's done, and he's adjusted the scale on them. So if you look at the picture that he has with like all of them together, they're varying heights. They're not like just all the same kind of dwarf size. So I like that he's kind of varied the size on it, and I do love the use of that torso there, kind of mixing some cosmic and mythic, and yeah, just good use of parts, great paint job. Yeah, he's really doing a great job with these pieces. So
it's a beautiful piece.
Yeah. It looks like a Warcraft boss, totally.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It's a beautiful piece. It reminds me of a steampunk type of era dwarf and everything. And Matt Stein is an amazing artist. He was showing me some pictures of stuff that he did a few years back and what he's done now and the progression and how great he got. I was like, wow, it blew my mind. And I love seeing that in the artist, the way they progress in work. And this guy's work is chef's kiss. It's amazing.
I can't believe it took me to just now to realize that those hoses kind of look like the braided mustaches we see on a lot of the fantasy dwarfs. So that's really
funny. Cool. All right. My last one for the day
is 2.
It's 2 pictures, but yeah. This is Crisp 2 in Ganeb 9N. And I actually saw this gentleman had posted some of these in the Cabal. And, I did my normal thing where I, reach out and I'm like, hey, do you put some of this stuff on Instagram? Do you have an Instagram handle? And he's like, well, I haven't really, he's like, I got an Instagram, but I don't normally put my stuff on there. And I'm like, oh, well, if you ever do, let us know. We'd like to, promote your stuff, 'cause I really love your work. And so then he immediately started putting them on Instagram. So thanks. Appreciate you putting them out there. But yeah, I just love these repaints, and mix of parts and stuff like this. I saw the one on the left first with the black and the turquoise, and I thought that one was super awesome. And then when I saw the one on the right, I was like, oh my goodness, like that's just beautiful, man. I absolutely love this. We all have our own kind of aesthetic and preference and stuff. And I very much like the clean look, which doesn't really fit for gladiators. I mean, I guess before they start fighting maybe, but usually you see them kind of dirty and torn up and, but these are so crisp and clean and I absolutely love them. Yeah, they're beautiful, man. I would love to get one of these for sure.
There you go. Yeah, these are so crisp, so clean. The colors are great. I really like the color combinations, like that black and teal, the white and the black or the gold, whatever's on that. Like they just look really distinct. I think that's really cool, especially knowing we're getting the Yosef the Golden Spear will get some of that white armor. I already have heard people talking about doing a custom like this or pop and swap like this. So getting a jump on the game. So and it just looks absolutely amazing. And as we say every time we post a picture from someone working on a white or yellow custom, painting white is a pain in the butt.
That is true.
So to get it looking that clean is really incredible.
Yeah. His name in the Cabal, just FYI, is Chris, and the last name, I'm probably going to butcher this, but it's Panganibin, Panganibin. So yeah, check out his work in the Cabal. Just doing some great stuff here with these Mercurians, and yeah, I love this. G, any thoughts on this one?
When he posted these on the Cabal, I was blown away by it because if you look at it, like it's not your typical armor for a gladiator or your typical armor, and he just took that and just made the whole fantasy even more fantasy based with those colors. They pop out of there. They remind me of something maybe out of an anime or a video game. It's beautiful, definitely beautiful. I love those pieces, and I think the white one. He said he dedicated that to Chadwick Boseman and somebody else, but they're beautiful work, and it shows you what like a little bit of imagination can do. You know, you get a little imagination on there, and then forget about it. Hey, forget about it.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I would love to get that one on the right. That thing is so nice.
Both
of them. All right, and the last one for the day is Jesse's.
Spoiler alert, it's a 2 photo because it was a video. I couldn't find just a straight photo of it.
Sure. Yeah.
I cropped it into 1 photo already since
that's all right. I'm not going to give you a hard time about that for sure.
Oh, I know I know you're not. This is Recon Rage page on Instagram, 2 Dark Templar skeletons. One using a Wolf King head, the one with the cross helm there. And the other one, I don't know if that's just a head. I don't know if that's like a class, like a Mythic Legion head with like an altered helmet, or if that's a head from somewhere else. I apologize, but yeah, these are Vile and Inquisitus as part of his Dark Templar vibe. I think this is just a really cool set of characters.
And do you recall if Blake painted those himself or if he had somebody else paint them? Because I know I've seen him post pictures of both. I just didn't know if you knew.
I don't know. I don't remember. I just saw the video on and focused on trying to get the shot.
Looks like John Caulfield painted them.
Okay. Well, there you go. So some love for our buddy John from the Euro Legions. But yeah, that either way, cool characters, good work by John, and it was really cool to see this in the feed this week.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Legion Builder figures. The fact that you can just make a couple changes here and there. You add, a couple skeleton legs to that, put a head on it, and all of a sudden it looks like kind of a named character. At a really great price. So yeah, those Legion Builders you can do a lot with, and John did a great job on these, and yeah, they look amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah. And real quick throwback, Dylan saying that the white armored gladiator was a tribute to Chadwick and the original White Ranger.
Yeah, and the left one was the left one was inspired by Kaiju number 8. So yeah, they're both kind of like almost like tributes. So
dope.
I did sneak a 2-in-1, but technically they are in the same screen, but because it was a moving image, I couldn't save the moving image.
All right.
We'll let it pass.
See, I put it together as 2 shots in 1, so it's ready to go for Instagram. I don't have to do any.
That's true. Good job. Gee, any other thoughts on this one?
The helmets are amazing. I love those helmets. I'm not big of a skeleton guy, but those are beautiful.
Yeah.
Definitely beautiful.
All right. Next, I don't know how you've got this set up, so I don't know what we have next, Jesse.
Well, let's see. We've got an announcement from Wolf King Parts coming soon.
Okay.
Awesome.
Do you want to? We can bring those back in here.
Sure. So as part of the customizing studio that we do on Sundays, we announce a spotlight artist of the month, and with that spotlight artist, they get a kind of care package from Wolf King Customs, and they also get a part named after them. So not May's, but April's was Tanya McCoy, and Jesse and I were already working on our kind of we call them shooting the sculpts, where we work with Walter DeMarco on doing some sculpts. The first ones we did were the caribou and the tapir. And then we've got 2 more that we're getting ready to reveal. And because Tanya won that, we were going to name one of them after her. And we decided to name the other one after Kevin at the same time. So we have 2 new sculpts coming to you. They're both vampires. And Jesse, if you want to pull up the first one.
So I believe we named this one Lord Nevik.
Yes. So, which is Kevin backwards, but with, I think, a Y in there somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. So, just a male vampire, very kind of stoic looking. I think Walter did a great job on this sculpt. I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's cool.
So look for more, better photos of these coming in the weeks to come, but we were just really excited to share them, and Len got these pictures for us.
And I don't even know when they're going to be available. Yeah.
I know there's some new stuff
soon.
we just posted this week that'll be up on the site in the next week or so, but these will be coming soon. So yeah, this is Lord Nevik for Kevin McCoy.
Okay.
And
then the one for Tanya, there's actually 2 versions of the head. We wanted one that was kind of just a standard, and then we wanted one that was like screaming. So this is the screaming version, and the name on this one is, Jesse, do you have it?
It's Lady Tonika.
Yeah, I think you said it with like a Russian accent. It was like Lady Tonika. So yeah, I do love that he put this on the Bastet figure with those hands like that. It looks great screaming. And you'll see on the other head, her hair is very much like all together, but on the screaming one, you've got like a strand or something hanging off. I guess we didn't get the other picture, but
yeah.
Anyway, when you see the other one, like her hair looks really well together, like all together and stuff in the standard headshot. But then when she's screaming and stuff, it's kind of starts getting loose and crazy. And I think Walter did a great job on these. I think it's amazing. So,
totally.
So when these come available, go ahead and grab these and support Wolf King and support the McCoys. And thanks for showing up on Sundays, and we appreciate seeing you guys.
I'm looking for the name. I should probably stop doing this.
That's all right. Next, and the last thing we got before we jump into the interview, we had mentioned this last week. There is a prize giveaway charity thing, raffle. That's what it's called, a raffle going on to support the family of Ralph, who just passed away recently in the Cabal. We went through all the prizes last week. I'll just kind of quickly thumb through those just so you can see some of the prizes, but I think they were up to around 50 prizes. So there are spots available in the Cabal right now. Colin has a post. I believe it is pinned. You can reach out to Cullen or Brian Lynn if you need any more information. They are not taking any more donations at this point because they had too many prizes and it was just getting too big. But yeah, so check that out. I think the spots are each $10. You can enter as many times as you want because it's for charity. It's going towards his family. So yeah, just check that out on the Cabal. And make sure that make sure you're supporting that. And I think that's going till the end of the month. And then Cullen will be doing a prize wheel for all the different prizes. There was a post today. I think they're kind of doing spotlight on the prizes and stuff. And so there was a post today with the prizes that Shooting the Shelf donated. We were absolutely happy to be a part of that. Any way that we can support the community, we definitely want to be involved in that. So thanks, Brian and Cullen, for letting us participate. And yeah, just get out there and help out because it's for a good cause. So
Tanya found it before I did. It is Lady Tanyamka and Lord Nivek.
There you go.
Yes. So I had to scroll back like a month through our chat, Curtis, to find, because I think
nobody ever accused us of being prepared. So yeah.
Yeah. Curtis didn't even know I was putting the pictures in the show until right before the show because I yelled at him about them.
Yes, he did.
He
didn't really, but I said he did. All right. Well,
so, yeah.
So now, G. Oh,
yep.
We both moved at the same time. There you go.
Oh, did it again.
Here, I'll do it. There you go.
My head just got dizzy.
Curtis, take the wheel.
All right, G, the Purple Shaman. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. A little nervous, but I'm good.
Nothing to be nervous about. Just a conversation. So, man, you've been around in this community for a while now, and I know, typically, especially a lot of those East Coast shows, we see pictures of you waiting in line and being there pretty early in the morning. How did you get involved in all this stuff, and not only in the line, but just going to the shows and doing all that kind of stuff?
It started a few years back when I was living in Brooklyn, New York. I was looking for, like, as far as Legions are concerned, I was always a collector. I was looking for something like Lord of the Rings. I was on this kick. I was watching Lord of the Rings a lot, and I started looking for the figures, the Diamond Select figures, and they weren't grabbing my attention. I was like, oh, there's got to be something better. And there was a gentleman that was in the community before named Daniel Lynn, and then also Big Greg was like, yo, try this, the Mythic Legions. He was like, yo, they're coming out with an elf figure, and I looked at it and it looked just like Legolas. I was like, yeah, I gotta get that. And this was back in 2018. So Legolas, the Elf Ranger was the first one I got. And I was like looking around, and then Daniel Lynn invited me into the Cabal, and then speaking with Greg, he got me all amped up and was like, yo, you're gonna love the line. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do a few, that's it.
Yeah, okay. Famous last word.
Yeah, it didn't happen. I wound up selling a lot of stuff and getting heavily into Mythic Legions from 2018 to 19. And then something happened. We was moving to Pennsylvania, and we needed, like, we had to get an extra moving truck. We was like basically 5 family. We're a 5 family. And we had to get another moving truck. And I was like, what could I sell that'll bring me money super quick? And I was just like, and I looked over and I was like, I had to get rid of them all, So I got rid of them, and I kept only a few, and that was going to go on. And what happened was, about a couple of years ago, my son showed me Black Krampus. He was like, he really wanted it. I was like, I don't know, dude. And he did a trade with Greg, and Greg was able to get him Krampus plus a whole bunch of other figures for one of the figures that my son had that Greg really wanted. And I was like, all right. And I started looking at them again. I was like, well, maybe I'll get into it again, and I'll just get dwarfs. That's it. Because, that's all. And that didn't happen. It didn't last too long. And now my son is he's doing the skeletons, and he's like, headstrong on his. He's like, that's all he does: skeletons, dwarves, orcs, monsters, and cosmics. He does those, like the monster types. And me, I'm all over the place now. And he told me, just don't touch no skeletons or vampires, because that's mine. And I'm like, I got you. You know what I mean? But yeah. Awesome. I was about to sell all my collection too, again, right before Legions Con. The funniest thing, it was right before Legions Con, and I was like, all right, I was getting bored, and I was like, I'm probably gonna sell all my collection again and everything like that. And Greg was like, yo, just keep the mythics, and that's it. I was like, no, I'm probably gonna wind up going through those too. And then I don't know what happened at Legions Con. I met a lot of good people over there, and it kind of like re-sparked my interest into
Which
collecting
Legion Con was
legions.
this?
23.
23.
Oh, so
Okay.
just last.
Yeah.
Okay.
It re-sparked my interest for it, to
Mhm.
get right back into the line and everything like that. And it, like, for me, it was the community more that kept me involved. I hung out with people, and we was just talking, chatting it up, and not even about toys, about everything else.
Right.
The people, the friendships I've made, when I went looking for dwarf parts, Anthony Husil right away like befriended me, and meeting him in person at ZoloCon. I went to ZoloCon just so I could, like, actually meet him in person. That was in 23 too, as well, in February of 23. And, like, right away it was like a click. And then with you guys, like chatting with you guys online, and then Jordan and Van and Brian Almeida, like all these people, like it's beautiful. Even the Taco King himself, Walter, like, you know what I mean? Like, he gave my son this big, huge poster. Like, just meeting him, he was like, "Hey, I got something for you." And he went and grabbed everybody's signature and just gave it to him. I was like, it left me in a tear. I'm an emotional dude. I wear my heart on my sleeves for everybody. And it kind of left me in my tear. My wife looked at me. She was like, "You're going to cry, right?" I was like, "Probably."
That's laughing with you, not at you, because
Yeah.
I know for sure I'm the same way. So
yeah, for sure.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, it is an amazing community. It's one of those things you can't really describe it to people that haven't been there, because it's just such a welcoming environment going to Legions Con and just hanging around those folks. I mean, the community as a whole, like, even just within the cabal and on Facebook and that kind of thing is great. But when you go to Legions Con and you see these people in person, and everybody's just amazing. Like, it's, you could go there, every single year and hang out with somebody new or several people that are new and make new friends every single year that you go.
Definitely.
And there's not a jerk in there. Like, everybody's nice,
like, talking to people online. Like, my wife kept on threatening that she was gonna leave me when we was online at Legions Con, and that's when I met Terrence, and she was like, "Oh, you keep it up, I'm gonna leave you," because my wife does the highway driving for me, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave you here, and I'm just gonna go," and I'm like, "Nah, just chill." And Terrence was like, "Yo, you better chill. She's gonna wind up leaving you here." So when I bumped into him at ZoloCon 24, and he was like, "Your wife left you?" I was like, "Oh yeah, she's around there somewhere, like, shopping."
That's awesome.
I even had a few members from the cabal. I had an impromptu barbecue, and Ed and William Wallace, they live like about maybe 30 minutes away from me, and I was like, "Yo, what are you guys doing tomorrow?" And they was like, "None." I was like, "Yo, come over, I'm gonna cook some burgers up and everything like that." And they came by, hung out with my family. My daughter looked at William, she was like, "What you doing here? Who are you?"
That's awesome. We do have a $2 super chat. Jesse, you want to hit us with that one?
Yeah, from Eddie G. It was an honor to meet you. #LegionsCon 23.
Definitely, man. I met up with him over there too, man. I went over there Friday night. I remember I had, like, just to get my tickets, and I bumped into so many people, Ed, and it was beautiful, man. And some dude gave me, like, some coquito. I was like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
We got a few more comments here. It says, "I don't know. Small G is a enabler in disguise. He's my dude."
I'm trying to get him into mythics.
That's what he said. Brennan says, "G is pure love. His personality is infectious and has a huge heart."
Oh, thank you.
And then Paul says, "ZoloCon was the first time I got to meet G. He was so enthusiastic, and he wanted to take pictures with everybody." And that's really the thing. Like, you're just a great guy. Like, talking to you, you're always happy. Like, everything's, good. And I can imagine, like, seeing you come up in line when these other people are there at, like, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning or something. They're tired and everything. And then all of a sudden they see you come up, and I'm sure that just smiles just hit their face, because you can't help but smile being around you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I gotta say, I was excited to meet you at Legions Con, because I would see your name coming up in the cabal and on the shows and stuff. And I'm like, man, this guy's just, he's showing up everywhere. And then when I wasn't sure what you looked like. And then I was like, wait, is that him? And it was like trying to catch a squirrel. Like it's like you were there and then you were gone, and then we finally got to talk a little bit, and then at ZoloCon we really got to connect.
Yeah.
But like it was just like the shift in not your personality but your behavior at the show felt like you felt so much more comfortable at ZoloCon just a couple months later. And I'm not trying to like pick on, like, I think that's just cool that you eased into the group that fast. At least from what I saw from my corner of the Legions Con table.
In ZoloCon, really I was just walking around.
Yeah, I mean, it was you've been there for years.
I only knew a few people, and I was just like walking around like this. And I remember, like, I seen Curtis. I went up to Curtis, and I just wanted to look at his nail real quick because I seen pictures of his nail all over the place. And I was like, Curtis got that like beautiful nail and everything. I would like a print of it one day, maybe, because he like, he does the on his thumb and everything.
He's peeling them at the end of every custom and putting them in a baggie to like give out this. No,
thank you. I need one.
Well, that actually isn't too far from the truth. So I guess
I don't know.
Go ahead. I'll be right back.
Well, this is a surprise. I don't. Hopefully it's something else that replicates the thumbnail and is not actually his paint thumbnail.
What are those rubber thumbs?
Yeah. So, what do we got, Curtis?
I haven't shown this officially yet. I know Len knows about it. Maybe a couple other folks, but so at Legion's Con, I'm going to have for a few customs, maybe even some heads. I've got these cards that Len made up with a little thumb on it.
Oh.
So this one is for the orc in space that I did. And I peeled it off and put it on the little thumb there and sealed it. So that is the official thumb swatch that was for that custom. So
oh wow, okay.
So some of the customs and even some heads at Legion's Con will have these available. So
get your own Curtis DNA at Legion's Con.
Yeah,
got you cloning him.
I know Joe Russo will not be partaking because he is not a fan. But if you want the thumb swatch, there will be some available.
Brian's saying that you should save them and send them to Joe Russo, which reminds me, if I can share a story real quick, of grossing someone out with something disgusting. I had a friend when I was in youth group back in high school, and I was somewhere with the youth group. I won't say where, and all the guys were in a cabin, and we just had this giant Ziploc bag that we just like chewed every piece of gum we had for the trip one night. So it was this just giant, like, it almost looked like in the movie, when they're making like a C4 block explosive to like, plastique to put on the wall or whatever. It was just this huge, gross hodgepodge of like gum. And then they put it in the freezer. And like the next day he gave our one friend like gave it to this girl, and she had such a fit. It was hilarious.
That's pretty gross.
Just imagine you handing like a big bag of like peeled acrylic paint in a Ziploc bag to Joe Russo.
That's awesome.
Dylan, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
It's gonna be. Oh, I gotta write that down. I gotta create the thumb swatch.
It's a thumb swatch, So, I will have a few of those available. So, and it's it's in my logo that Len made for me, and it's a thing. So
awesome. I want one.
So now
she was not smitten.
Where exactly are you located? Are you in Jersey?
No, I'm in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Right across the bridge, man. Like,
say something about Pennsylvania now, Curtis.
I'm not originally from here though, Jesse, buddy.
It's still terrible to drive through. I mean, I love G, but that's it.
Pennsylvania is weird. I love it up here. We moved from Brooklyn about 5 years ago, from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm still getting used to it. The trees and making the left at the oak tree and making another one at the maple, and then coming around the bend. I'm in the country. I'm in the woods, dude. It's like bears. Like my neighbor's a bear. Instead of pigeons, I got raccoons. Deers coming through over here, like
Oh my.
Yeah, lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my, but like no tigers. I even seen a coyote once, man. Like really close.
Oh,
Funny
wow.
story. Yeah, it was a funny story. My wife has these two little small dogs. They're not mine. They're my wife's. She has a Chihuahua and she had a Dachshund back then. And I'm walking them in the backyard, and like a few feet away from me, all of the dogs go in front of my legs, like in between my legs, and they tangled me up on their leashes. And I hear crunching in the leaves right next to me, and I thought it was a squirrel because they're really loud. And then when I look over, it's this coyote, and they just stopped and looked at me like they're walking by, and they just stopped, looked at me like, looked at me up and down, and nothing. And the dogs in between my legs, I could feel them trembling, you know, and they're like this. They're not even barking, not even saying a word, nothing. And then like the coyote just kept on going, stopped again, looked at me, did that whole like, you know, stoic coyote perch where they just like sit up and everything like that, looked at me again and walked away like if I was nothing. And that's in my life when I realized that I ain't nothing, I'm not hungry. This thing would have like just like ragtagged me and took me away, and the dogs would have like, you know, probably been on their merry way, like crying.
They weren't going to protect you, huh? They were just
no.
I'm surprised the Chihuahua wasn't going nuts, because those things think they're so much bigger than they are.
The dog barks if someone walks into the room. Like, you know what I mean? The dog, she barks if somebody walks in. We have my wife's nephew staying with us for this week, and every time he walks into a different room, the dog literally like barks at him, and he's been here a couple of days already. Like, you know who he is already.
It's like that Doctor Who thing, like you turn your back and you forget they're there.
Mm-hmm. That's my daughter back there.
Papi,
Yeah, Mama.
why'd you say there's lions and tigers here?
I don't know, because they are.
No, they aren't.
No, there's bears, though.
But our neighbor isn't a bear.
Yeah, our neighbor. No, she's
No.
watching from upstairs.
Nice. You don't even have to wait till the morning to get your notes. You're getting them right now.
She's like, why are you saying this? I
mean, there's a zoo in Philadelphia, right? There might be lions and tigers there.
Oh,
yeah. We got mountain lions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how many shows you've been to this year then?
This year we did let me see, starting in I did one of the toy cons with Joe Viteri.
Mm-hmm.
I was selling like some of my Black Series figures there. And
cool.
then ZoloCon. After ZoloCon, we did my wife and I, we went alone actually. We didn't take none of the kids. We did the Jersey Toy Show where 4-HM was at.
Oh,
and
nice.
then we stood at a hotel nearby to celebrate our anniversary. And then at Lehigh where I met Set Up Jesse.
Nice. How did Set Up Jesse do?
He was actually pretty nice to me, you know what I mean? And like you could tell though, like, you know what I mean, there was something in him that wanted to, like, you know, come forward, but he kept it all smiles, and I was like, wow, it's not true what they say. And but like
the inner beast. That's
I seen that. Like you actually seen his chest vibrating, and like he was like really good, and like you seen like he was.
That's just
like
me
that.
being out of shape and breathing heavy.
And Len actually told me, leave him alone. Leave him alone.
That's awesome.
And that was the last one I did. And I think I'm just gonna like take this time from right here on to just like save up and for Legions Con 24, because I'm already looking at it, and it's already gonna be, I already look at it at $400 of what I'm looking at spending right off the bat, you know. So I'm like, let me just chill.
Yeah, I mean, we're less than 5 months away. It's getting close.
Oh yeah,
for
sure.
sure.
Very close.
Yeah.
So
now,
no RetroCon?
I'm debating it right now. I'm saying no, but like something will
Okay.
come up that I'll probably be like, well, let me just go to say hi. And
Come and don't spend any money. Just leave the money at home, except for food, and come hang out with us.
there you go.
Never happens.
Yeah, just hang out at the table.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not trying to get you in trouble and spend money you don't want to spend. I just like hanging out with you. So
Jesse, you gonna be there?
Oh yeah.
So I'm probably gonna go then, and
Okay.
I'll try to get there early so I can bother you some.
There you guys. So, what are your plans for Legions Con? What day are you going up?
We got into intern.
Yes.
My son.
Awesome.
That's more of my son's win. Thank you. That's he's been like wanting to go. He heard about it last year, and he got like, it piqued his interest. He's been doing a lot of like design work, working on a comic book and stuff like that. And he actually kind of like he molded that green stuff. He did like his own action figure face and like mask and everything. So I think it's gonna be something that's really gonna interest him. So I'm like super happy more for him, for he could see what's going on behind the scenes, you know. And if that's like a path that he wants to take, you know, I'm like all supportive on it. So we'll be there Thursday.
That'll
Friday,
be amazing.
and we got hotels this time within the where Legion's Con is being held. So I'm excited about that. In the building. Last year I was Ubering it on Saturday night. My wife.
That's not bad to, you know, because the other hotels were nearby, but yeah, being there and not having to leave is really nice. Like it's, like you go to intern, you come back from intern, and then you don't have to leave the rest of the weekend.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm excited. I'm super excited. Like the amount of excitement I have, I know as it gets closer, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, let's go. And I'm gonna like, you know, plan it. I'm already planning like when my job, I told them do not bother me these days, and these days. I won't be around. Don't call me, don't do nothing, you know.
It's funny. I can't remember who I was telling. Maybe I was telling Jesse. But I have a work get together that we have every year in November, and it's like they bring in like the top executives and stuff from the company, and you come in, you like have a whole week of like PowerPoint presentations and all this kind of stuff, and it falls on the same week as Legion's Con for the last 3 years. Like this is gonna be the third year that it falls on the same week. And so I get out of all of that stuff. Like all these other people are having to go and watch these PowerPoint presentations and go through papers and have like team building exercises and stuff. And I'm going to Legion's Con. And it's like, I tell my boss, like right at the beginning of the year, like, hey, here's when it is. I'm booking it now. Got my vacation in. Like,
don't bother me.
Yeah. But I'm just waiting for my boss to start collecting Mythic Legions so that he can skip that meeting as well and come to New Jersey. So,
I missed who did you say was coming with you to the show?
My son.
Your son. Okay,
my son
for the whole weekend.
Yeah, my son will be there with me the whole weekend, and for the intern, it'll be me and him. Okay. And then my wife will be with us as well. She'll be up in there too, like, you know, and it's a good thing too, because last year she gave me a couple of surprises for Christmas from Legion's Con. Okay. So like, you know, maybe she'll do the same thing again this year.
Okay.
Nice. How old is your son at this point?
My son, he's going to be 15 next month. He's 14 now.
Oh,
and
wow. Okay.
I just got him a job working with me. And I'm not like going easy on him or nothing like that. So like, you know what I mean? I told him this is money for Legion's Con, homie. You could buy me stuff this year.
Nice. That's awesome.
Well,
go ahead, Jesse.
Just real quick. That's just a fun recurring theme that I think we've been seeing, especially since last year and some the year before, is how many people are bringing families to it. It's not just the collector and the fan. It's not just like, it's mostly guys. Yeah. There's plenty of ladies in the group. I'm not disparaging the Legion's ladies, but you know, it's just so cool how, you know, the families are coming together over this, and people are bringing kids of different ages and stuff, and they're into it to different levels. And so I just think that's a really cool thing that
it's the for me, I think it's about the cabal, like what's going on in there, the positivity that's like in there. Like, I mean, of course you do get your one and done asses and everything like that, excuse my language.
It's okay.
But I think it's like when you go into the cop, it's a whole different atmosphere. You know what I mean? I mean, we're a bunch of middle-aged dudes, right? Mm-hmm. We're collecting toys. We're doing it to step away from whatever negativity or whatever life stress is coming at us. We're looking at a hobby that's bringing us together. And I think you see it more within the cabal. You know what I mean? Where like there's a lot of toy communities, and when you have a little click here, you have a little click here, you have a little click here of people that actually help each other. But in the cabal, it seems like one big click, because most of the people gel there. You know what I mean? Most of the people go there just to escape whatever like reality or whatever life is throwing at them. And most of the families, I think, are seeing that as well. That's my nephew right there. Big dude, man. This guy's like taller than all of us in this house. And within the cabal, like the families are seeing that. Like one thing, like my wife, she likes the figures. She has a couple of them. But one thing that they see is how fun everybody is together. You know what I mean? My wife was when we went to Lehigh Valley. My wife and Steph, they were like chatting it up over there at my table and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, wait till Legion's come. My wife is gonna be up in there a little bit deeper too, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
it's very interesting because, like, I brought my son and my wife last year, and I knew my son would be into it because he collects the line and he loves that stuff. But with Darla, I figured she was going to go and to support me and be there and hang out, and then that would be it. She would go one time, and like she fell in love with it, like especially like with intern, like just how nice everybody was, and then when it came to the actual event, like she kept leaving the table to go take pictures with people and stuff. Like it's just such a welcoming community that even if you don't know anybody, even if you just go there without knowing anybody or knowing the line, you're still gonna have a good time and leave with some friends. Yeah.
Definitely, you're gonna make friends. Definitely, you're gonna make friends. I made more friends like this year than anything, man, and it was beautiful. That when I you were saying before, just like you know what I mean. I was a little bit more open at ZoloCon, and that was like because I seen the people, like you know what I mean. Like I developed like the relationship at Legions Con, and then like by the time like ZoloCon came around, it was a little bit stronger. So I was up in there like, hey, how you doing?
I'm sorry, G, but I've got to pull up this comment from Dirk. You said that he was taller than everybody in the family. He said, so what? He's like 5'6"?
Yeah. Yep.
He walked in with that long hair, and I was like, is that Kirk Hammett from Metallica?
Look, that's everybody in the family, man.
Nice. Speaking about your son, like, can you imagine, like, when we were 15, going to like the intern event and going to a company that makes toys and seeing how they sculpt it and how they paint and how they do the photography? Like, we would have been absolutely in heaven. I
would have had a different path in life if I would have went to something like that at 15.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I would have probably it probably would have opened my door, and I would have probably followed the career within this stuff at 15, because 15 I was doing some bad things. But
well, at 15, like it was that age for me where like everybody was telling me that like my toy phase should be over, like you should be moving away from this stuff. And it's like, so yeah, to go to a place like that and see, like, to sit there and watch Eric sculpt for an hour, and then to go and talk to Cameron and Sherry about painting, and like for us it's cool, but I can't even imagine for some, like, a teenage boy. Like, dude, you're right. Like, just I think in your brain it would unlock some possibilities that maybe weren't there before.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I think it's gonna be great for him, and I know from what I hear, like he's been telling me he wants to do like designing comic books and doing storybooks, and he's doing a lot of work on his iPad, which I'm using right now. Thank you, dude. But he's doing like a lot of design work and puts together. Now he started with animation as well, trying to do like the animation on the iPad, and and then like doing his own custom work. You know what I mean? Like he took Mythic Legions and Marvel Legends and turned some of them into like Ben 10 figures, which I was like, wow, like, I was amazed on what he did. I mean, it wasn't the best customs, but they're beautiful customs, man. You know what I mean? And this is coming from him. So I could imagine if he sees all this happening, where it's going to take his mind, man. Definitely Curtis. Yeah,
that's cool.
That's awesome. I can't imagine that, because like my stepdad would have taken me to like the home builder show at the PA Farm Show complex. And it's like, cool.
A whole different 4-H.
Like, no. Like building homes.
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
Construction.
Okay, sorry.
The Farm Show complex is like our big kind of like fairground in the area. But it was like the home builder thing. So it's like, here's drywall. Here's the latest invention in, heating and air conditioning. I was like, cool. This is the best way I wanted to spend my Sunday afternoon.
The latest invention in heating and air conditioning. That's awesome.
Was. I mean, there was a giant like monster truck parked in there, but it wasn't moving around. It was just parked there. So it's like, oh, cool. Can we get in it? No. All right, cool. So no, I couldn't imagine this at all. Like, if I would have known as a kid that following a career in like toys or comics or something like, or something I could have tried to pursue. Like it just was so unfathomable to me. So that's cool that he's getting to see that as an actual possibility with this. So
yeah, I'm excited.
It's almost like as a kid thinking that you're gonna, grow up to be a professional football player or something. Like it's like so out there that it's like, yeah, there's not really a chance of that. So I'm gonna try to shoot for something more realistic. But then you go to like the intern event and you see like these are just regular dudes that like toys, and
that's the thing too.
Yeah, they've developed this stuff over time.
That's the thing. With 4-H, the people from Four Horsemen too, is that's what they show, man. There's no ears about them, man. I've seen like would Hasbro step into a group and talk to people? No, like there's so many groups out there that even like there's like that are out there, but then you got Four Horsemen that actually interact with their fans, man. It's a beautiful thing, and I think that also as well is going to help him out too. You know what I mean? Because they'll be there, like if he has questions to answer.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about intern as well, is like they take the time to do that stuff. Like, it's we've talked about this numerous times, but it's 2 days before the biggest con that they have. It's 1 day before the big reveal of the year that they have, and they're inviting everybody into their home and taking them around and stuff, and nobody seems stressed. Like there's nobody that's like, at least nobody that's stressed to the point where they don't have time for you, that they're like, hey, I'm busy, I can't talk right now. Like if you have a question for somebody, they're going to stop whatever they're doing and make time and be there with you. Like it's so cool. Yeah,
that's beautiful. Another reason why I'm still collecting the line like hardcore, man.
Oh yeah.
I'll say this, not to step on Four Horsemen, because I'm 100% on board with everything you're saying. I think part of the reason why, especially at least the big companies like Mattel, Hasbro, they can't do that stuff, because look at how much we all read into every little thing. I can build my own shelves. I just don't have the tools or the place to do it. Like one of my things over here I built in high school, I used it as a ladder to climb into my loft. My bed loft in college. I mean, I was like 100 pounds less than I am now back then, but at least 75. But I could climb up that into my loft, and it's like a bookshelf I made for my CD player and stuff. But I can build stuff. I just don't have the access to that sort of thing. But what I was trying to say is, what was I saying? Oh, like Mattel, Hasbro, so the bigger ones, I'm sure they're so locked behind like NDAs or whatever this stuff is. Like, we're getting in right in with the guys who own the IP. I'm sure some of the creative people from Hasbro in those places would like to be able to do it, but since they're working on so much IP that doesn't belong to them, like as original, like look at how much, that's what I was saying, how much we've read into everything Jeremy says or posts, whether it's an official Horseman post or not. It's just his personal page. And we're like, oh, that thing's got some dragon armor. The dragon's coming next weekend. We're gonna see like a 5 bulletin point presentation. Like we all read so much into this as a community that imagine that if the guys that worked on the Star Wars stuff were posting stuff about what they were working on, they wouldn't be able to get away with it. So that's not to downplay the Horsemen, but I think I don't know where I was going with that, but I totally agree.
I get what you're saying, but there's also pluses and minuses to kind of how they do things, because they're so open about things and they're so welcoming and show you things that the people that do work for them, on top of having what it really seems to be when you go there, a very open, collaborative environment to work in. They're not just told, like Eric just doesn't tell them, hey, Cameron or Sherry, I need you to paint this thing this specific way and do this. It's not all just handed to them. There's some of that, but there's a lot of freedom, kind of pick and choose and try things and try new combinations and do things like that. Where they have that, but then also because they welcome us in, because they show us these things, like those people have become like superstars in our community. Like, you don't know who's painting G.I. Joe figures. Like, we don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? But we know Cameron, we know Sherry, we know that Joe Vasapola is working on these, the Cosmic Legions and stuff. And so it's like, I mean, heck, we got Joe will jump into the studio sometimes on Sundays and we'll pick his brain. Hey, when you were working on this, how did you get this paint match? And he'll like, you're hearing from the person that painted the figure how they painted it and giving you tips and stuff. Like it's such a close environment in this community that it's definitely unmatched. And yeah, I could see what you're saying though, Jesse. There's some pros and cons of that. Like,
yeah,
you know,
because like I think I don't want like we love the Horsemen on this channel. Like they are our favorite. I think I could safely say that, right, Curtis? Like
yeah,
the Horsemen figures and collection, but like we also like other. We're not trying to like tear down any other company. I mean, there's things that are negative about everything if you really want to get into it. But I can't imagine going to Legends Con or the GI Joe Classified. I know Joe Fest was this weekend, so shout out to all the people that got to have fun down there. That looked like a really cool trip. We should see if we can get someone to talk about that at some point. Where was I going? But anyway, it's just really cool to have that, and just turn around in the lobby and there's Eric Treadaway, the guy sculpting, and where a lot of these stories, at least like the threads of these stories, start from him for these characters in these worlds and everything. And he's just standing there, talking to someone patiently. Like he loves interacting with people, and I just think that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, like I see King Castle Sieger says here, there's some pretty cool people in the GI Joe team at Hasbro, but I feel bad they have to work for a company like Hasbro. I'm not going to comment on that, but I think with working for a big company like that, like you do become this like faceless, nameless cog, in the machine, the big machine that is, Hasbro. And so like, I wonder how much you actually benefit from that, how much you feel like your work is appreciated, and that you're making a difference, as opposed to like if you talk to Sherry and Cameron and Joe Vassapolo and Bill Mancuso, like you can see they really love what they do, and they love talking to the people in the community about what they do, and I just think that's a cool dynamic that you don't get from most companies. And to bring this all back to the intern event, then to welcome people in and show you the behind the scenes on it is just such an amazing experience. Everybody should do it once, but I would definitely say anybody out there that has kids that are interested in this line, man, put in for that intern every single year, because I can only imagine, like G was saying, the amount of possibilities that would open up you for career paths after seeing something like that and participating in an event like that. It's unreal. So
definitely.
Yeah. I'm excited that you're going to be there. We're going to be there. And I saw, where'd it go? Dusty is attending his first intern this year. So that's going to be awesome.
Just had a birthday this past week, by the way.
Happy birthday,
Dusty.
Happy birthday.
I hope that he
cookie.
gets to say something, or we get to hang out when we're eating and I get to choke on my food because I'm laughing so hard. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Monica says, your creativity gets lost in a big company. I think that can be very true. So I think some bigger companies do a better job of, staying in touch with their people and letting them know that they're appreciated. But yeah, sometimes it definitely can get lost. So.
Yeah. And again, that's like you said, Curtis, that's just kind of some of that's some of the downsides to being in such a big thing. Like they get out to a lot wider distribution, probably. I mean, they're literally worldwide distribution, I think, for the most part, or close to. But yeah,
definitely.
Cool. So what other things are you into?
Why especially Curtis? What did I do?
I may have sent Dusty something for his birthday, so I think. Birthday. Gotcha. I thought you were talking about seeing you. Okay. No.
That's fair. Before we move on, real quick, I got to bring something up. There is, I got a screenshot of something that was sent to me. That needs to come up.
All right.
So let's see if I can zoom in on this. I don't know if I can. Nope, it's not going to zoom in. That is that's Phalange Squatch.
Really?
You can't really tell, but that is a giant painted thumb head Sasquatch-like creature.
Gotcha. Okay.
Fresh from Legends or
There
Legends.
have
Collector
been sightings,
13.21.
huh?
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's out there, folks. So keep your head on a swivel.
I thought it was a dragon. I'm about to say dragon confirmed 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about dragon, but there you go. Dragging this out.
So, gee, what other things are you into? Either other toy lines, movies, TV shows, video games, anything else what other things interest you?
Video games, I have no clue. My son, my kids, both of them beat me at their games on Xbox every time I try to play with them. And it's not cool because they'll let me win the first one, then they kind of like take advantage afterwards, and they just cheese me on the controls. Like Mortal Kombat, they'll have me in the corner just hitting me, and I'm like, my character is just like going back and forth, and they won't even let me breathe, It's not cool, man. It's not funny neither because, like, you know what I mean? It hurts my feelings and my pride. But so I don't really try with the video games. That was one of them right now.
Hustlers, they always let you win the first one.
I was gonna say,
get your pride up a little bit. And,
first win's free, pops. Now you got to pay the piper.
Yeah.
And they just like, they hurt my feelings actually when they do it. So that's
hold up.
Movies. Yeah.
We got a super chat from the Hedgehog. Just wanted to give a proper what's up to my guys, Jesse, Curtis, and G-Unit.
What up, John?
That was good. That was good. Good reading of the super chat. Sorry, you were saying TV shows, movies.
TV shows right now. I'm currently watching The Boys. Favorites for me, it fluctuates, man. It goes like from one thing to another. Sometimes I'll like, whatever's out that I'm watching will be my favorite. Like about a couple of years ago, I was like heavily into the SEAL Team on Paramount. And this year, like I'm watching like The Boys. Oh my God, that thing is crazy. I don't know if you guys ever watch Boys.
Yeah, I haven't seen this season yet, but I've seen the first 3.
It's crazy. Like it like draws you in. And I'm also trying to finish Witcher on Netflix. I watch everything. Anything I get my hands on, watching Lord of the Rings reruns. And then also Three Amigos. Jesse, you watched it yet?
I know. This week was crazy. I meant to, but I did not get to watch it. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's okay.
We're going to watch it. Have you ever? So he has to watch it.
No. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it when I can enjoy it on my TV, not like on my iPad.
Maybe we need to do that at Legion's Con. We'll like. Well,
I don't think we should talk about that.
After intern, we do it. Yeah,
I'm there for that. I'm there for that. Because I could even sing. I'll like go through it, the whole thing, the whole movie with you, and then like we could even start singing the song together, me, you, and Curtis after we watch it.
I kind of feel like I want to watch it before I get there, so at least I get some input on it and can really get into it with you guys.
Definitely.
Okay.
We'll be up in there singing My Little Buttercup.
I will watch it before Legion's
Yes, we will be singing My Little Buttercup.
My little buttercup has a sweetest.
I had a lot more than one job this week, Ryan.
My daughter's over here looking at me like I'm crazy, but yeah. And I seen you mention on OffWorld, Flash Gordon, one of the greatest movies.
Oh, I love Flash Gordon. Yeah,
that's another movie there that I love watching. Anytime that it's on. Star Wars movies, I'm all into. Me and my son are watching The Acolyte right now. I'm waiting for next week. I'm digging the storyline. You know what I mean? I don't like usually like a lot of people like really attack shows or programs or whatever because it's not up to what they feel that it is. And me, I go into everything with no expectations, just to enjoy a story or enjoy like aesthetics.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far, but same way though, I don't have preconceived notions of what I think it should be. I just try to enjoy it for what it is, and I'm really enjoying that series. The one that and I kind of mentioned it on OffWorld this week, but what I've been watching lately is Stargate. And man, I'm really enjoying that. It's a good series.
The old one?
Yeah.
It's funny. I just started watching that as well. After I got it was after I got the Figueroa.
Same thing. Yep. Yeah, I got the Anubis and Bastet, and then I watched the Stargate movie.
Yeah.
And then I reached out to Len because he's kind of a sci-fi guy, and I usually talk to him about sci-fi. And I asked him if he had seen the series and if it was any good. And he's like, oh, dude. He's like, it's my favorite series ever. He's like, and so he's like all excited about it. Like he keeps looking ahead at what episodes I've got coming up and like getting excited for which he's like, oh, this next one's okay, but 2 episodes from now it's amazing. Let me know what you think. And
I'm going to say this again. If you can watch Stargate, and I'm not saying that to put Stargate down, but just like the special effects and stuff, you can make it through Firefly and Serenity.
Maybe.
I've seen Firefly.
What?
Yeah.
Look it up. Make sure you watch it in the correct order. It should be on streaming services in the correct order. It was aired out of order when it came out on TV, and they only aired like half of it.
Look at that. King Castle Seizure, same thing. Started watching after getting Anubis. Man, they should have like contacted. I think right now it's on Amazon. They should have like made a deal with Prime and be like, hey, we're getting ready to launch these Figure Obscura figures, and your numbers are going to go up. You need to give us a little kickback. You know, got all these people getting into Stargate based on those figures. I would fully expect that we're going to see some like Stargate type things, like portals and stuff at Legion's Con, some like Dio pieces and things.
Oh, that'll be beautiful.
Yeah,
that'll be. You see, like then that's a couple of extra $100 you have to bring with you too. This is why I'm not
right.
Was it Reynolds Cruz? Someone's making them. I don't know if they're making them for
Saw,
sale.
I thought it was Mark.
Or is it Mark Calvo? Mark Calvo. Sorry,
that he said I think he found it on Shapeways or something like that, and printed one, and it looked really cool. Yeah.
I get Mark Calvo and Reynolds Cruz mixed up in my mind all the time. Like
King Castle Seizure is saying that he thought it was a working. He's working on a Stargate. I thought he was saying it was a working Stargate. I was like, wow. Not that it would, but like if it was like, you know what I'm saying, like it had motion to it, like it like spun.
Oh, I mean,
that'd be kind of cool.
Imagine us taking trips over there to where he's at. I think he's in Spain.
And
like we're like there for like
the place.
Stargate to like travel, you know?
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Very cool. Oh, that's awesome.
What about other toy lines? Any other toy lines that you're still collecting? I know you said you had to get rid of quite a bit of it when you got into Legions, but anything else?
I'm doing right now. I'm doing Legions adjacent. Like I'm doing a lot of AWOCs. I like the AWOCs. I'm really digging them. I think it's dope. Especially I got more of the monkeys after watching the last Planet of the Apes. You know, I got more of them because I kind of I love the way they did that whole series. And I'm doing G.I. Joe classifieds. Most of them, half of them I sold off already, and I just kept my favorites. And also Action Force Valaverse, I have a few of those left over too that I'm keeping too. Those are ones that I kind of like, not really customized, but kind of like kit bash, because you could kit bash them as well. You know, with like heat and everything like that. There's a lot of pop and swap out possibilities with those as well. So I kept a lot of those, and I got a few things, and some Dungeons and Dragons, some Crystar, the Marvel Legends. I had to get it because when
I haven't seen one yet, like in person. I would definitely pick one up if I saw it in person, but it looks amazing.
It's beautiful. My mom one Christmas got me I remember I told her at the last minute too, because I seen it in a comic book. And, the toy store where I grew up at on the Lower East Side didn't have those, and I was a regular at that toy store. They knew me by name. I used to go for every Friday for Star Wars or G.I. Joe figures or He-Man figures, and they used to pull the boxes back from the back when they used to get shipments. Yeah, we got new ones, and let me go through the boxes and everything like that. There's my wife in the background, oh, thank you. She's bringing me So the Crystar shit my mother got me for Christmas. She got me like the whole set. She got me the castle, the dragons, all the figures, and it was like one of my favorites, man. So yeah, it's definitely must have.
Yeah, that's cool. What is that Hedgehog said? Absolutely one of the best figures of the year. That's cool. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've only got the one AWOC so far, but I did order some from this latest Kickstarter. I feel like they fit in. I like that they're doing some with like cybernetic parts and things like that now, because I feel like they fit in with Cosmic Legions a lot better than with Mythics. Like Mythics, it kind of feels like the colors and the aesthetic is a little bit off from Mythics. Like it's
Mhm.
not as much in that world. But with Cosmics, it feels like it kind of fits in a lot better. Like I don't know, for some reason, I feel like that'll mix.
Yeah,
So I
definitely.
definitely ordered a couple of those new ones.
They
Ordered
do look amazing. The art,
that dog with the cigar and
yeah, he looks like he's
the
like,
fox with the cybernetic parts. Yeah,
and
yeah,
they got
those are
that
cool.
the chameleon with the wonky
Yeah.
eyes and everything like that. Like if I paint the figure, that's how my eyes usually come out. Like if I was to do a face, they come out like all over like that. That's why
Yeah.
Anthony Husil's like been a great help with me with bringing like to life like a lot of figures that I wanted because that. But I could do a little dry brushing and a little armor here and there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean that's where to start. I mean, we were talking about it today in the customizing studio about especially with the Legion builders and stuff. You paint some dots, on the like the little rivets and stuff. You do some dry brushing and it totally can transform a figure. You don't have to, spend, thousands of hours getting amazing at painting. There's little things that you can do to transform a figure. So,
oh, definitely.
I've been talking with my mic muted for the past like 5 minutes.
Oh, well, that's why we didn't hear you.
A conversation with somebody else.
No.
I saw you turn to the side and like sneeze or cough or something, and it must be like when you must have muted it and forgot.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, if not that you want to buy a whole line of stuff just to customize it to make it to fit in with something else, but I think the AWOC, like the details in the sculptor that if you do put a little more of that more realistic paint onto it, they can. I think they can slide into Mythics really easily.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Let's blow you up.
I gave him a little dry brush. Wait, where's the thing at? There we go.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's
a
cool.
Little dry brush and everything like that, and
that's some
a wash.
Caesar action right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. Caesar, hey, together, strong.
That's great.
Oh man, I love those movies.
Me too.
I got to see the new one.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels to me, it feels kind of like the first one in the last trilogy where it's setting up something more.
I think so too.
But I still really liked it.
Nice.
Like it works on its own, but yeah. I think the next ones are going to be even more. Whoa.
Yeah, Monica knows what I'm talking about. SG1.
Yeah. She was the one. She was like, "What?" She went like this to me. Where she at? She went like this to me. She goes, "What? You never seen it?" And I was like, "No." She goes, "You gotta watch it."
It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. There's like 10 seasons though. I'm like 5 seasons in, and still like 5.5 to go. It's like oof. And there's a lot.
Still on the first one.
Yeah.
I like that. So the thing that cracks me up about Stargate, the show, and then Stargate Atlantis is the movie Stargate came out, and then in like 96 or something, and then like 99 Disney does Atlantis, the movie, like the cartoon, which is almost like storyline wise a ripoff of Stargate. And then Stargate Atlantis, the show. So it was just in my mind, it's just this weird big convolution of and then Aquaman's in it, and now he's King of Atlantis.
Yeah. It's interesting the first season, because I went and watched the movie again, which I've seen the movie a few times, but I went and watched the movie again and then started watching Stargate the first season. And it's interesting because the first season, they're like a couple of the characters are playing characters from the movie, right? But they're different actors. And it's like they're trying to pull in the same like mannerisms and like act very much like Kurt Russell and James Spader. And so you can tell in the first season they're like trying to act as the other actor. And then as it goes on, they kind of develop their own style and kind of move away from that. But it's kind of interesting that first season, just watch how they like try to mimic the mannerisms and voices and almost of those characters. So
that's where I'm still at.
I might pop that movie on after we're done tonight.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's fun.
Because I know I'm not going to make it through a whole movie, so I'm not starting the Three Amigos tonight.
You would. Once you pop it in, you'd probably be like watching it, and then like you know what I'm saying. You'll laugh like when you laugh with the goat and everything like that. Look, you will love it.
Look at that.
I'm sure I will. I have not slept properly for like the past 3 nights, so I'm really looking forward to sleep tonight.
He is out there enabling right now. He got Doke to go out and buy a Legends figure with that Crystar.
Boom, enabled.
Enabled. Write it down.
Write it down. That counts.
There was at least 3 or 4 of theirs earlier when you were talking about Greg getting you into Legends.
Oh yeah.
So
well, and make sure you go to Wolf King Customs to get your shooting the shelf brick.
Well, this is me in chair 4.
Shooting
I told you we should have done it.
the shelf sent me. Yo.
That's right.
I still got to paint mine.
Yeah, me too. I got mine somewhere around there too.
I haven't gotten any yet. He sent me like a couple packages since then. I haven't gotten any bricks.
Oh,
We have to walk up to the Wolf King table and say shooting the shelf sent.
Shooting the
me."
shelf
Yeah,
sent
well,
me.
I don't live on the East Coast, so
You should have said it when I was at MesquiCon. I don't know if
you didn't have them in. You didn't have them in yet.
Did I? I don't know if I
No.
had them then.
You did not.
I think I got them. I think I got them at Lehigh.
Yeah, yeah. You need to send me some.
I mean, I only have my 2.
Yeah, you need to steal them from Len and then send me some.
Len, the words of Curtis do not necessarily reflect the views of shooting the shelf.
And just tell him shoot the shelf
Dylan
sent.
says he wants a full size brick. So there you go.
I'll have something for you at Legion's Con.
It'll be wrapped in flannel.
Another thing I would like to share with the community too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like ask about my name, and I shared it with you guys earlier and everything like that, hard to pronounce it or whatever the case may be. Guaisaguey was a name that was given to me about maybe 15, 16 years ago. And it's from our Taino culture from Puerto Rico. And that's something else that I'm heavily into. And I want to share with the community and let them know, about me a little bit. Basically, I'm heavily involved in our indigenous side of our culture from Puerto Rico. We do cultural presentations, speak at schools, colleges, elementary schools, and high schools, and teach them about the culture, that the culture is still alive in some sort, even though like history books got us down as extinct, but it still survived. And the Guaisaguey comes from that.
Oh, that's
Thank
awesome. That's really cool, man. Is there a website or anything we can send people to for you?
On Facebook, if you look up Concilio Taino, that's CONCILIO you'll see our main group that's out there in Puerto Rico and everything like that. And we basically just do what they do, but here in the States, where we try to just pick up the speed over here, the pace over here in the States with people over here.
Okay. Can you spell that again?
Yeah, sorry. CONCILIO. Because when I spell slow, I get like mixed up. I gotta do it like really fast. TAINO.
So I know Eddie is doing his is it
He did an awesome piece.
he's got like his whole is it, how do you say it? Taino crew.
Yeah.
With like the symbols on their chests and everything. And
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, those are really
I'm actually gonna try to do something too. It's been in the works for months now. But I'm trying to do something too. I'm just not good at painting.
Does that look right? I put it in the comments. Can you see the comments?
Hold up, I gotta do the old man thing.
It's on the screen now.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
There you go. Beautiful. Well, that's awesome.
Thank you.
A brick. You said a full-size brick. Calm down.
Bricks in a movie marathon.
I'm not gonna paint up like a whole boatload of actual bricks. I'm gonna bring one for you, Dylan.
He's gonna
That's
build
gonna be
a house out of shooting the shelf bricks.
Because I went to
That
that home builders thing at the farm
Right.
show like 30 years ago.
That's gonna be the name of the next podcast. Bricks in a movie.
Bricks in a movie. Well, we got to get Brick something out here for that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. Someone actually
Sorry.
has
Oh,
G
yeah.
tattooed on themselves.
If you go on my other Instagram, right?
Mhm.
It's GUAISGUEY Guey. Just straight up, you'll find it right away. A few years ago, somebody sent me a message. They was like, "Yo, isn't this you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was a tattooist in Florida." He Googled Taino Warrior, and he tattooed like there's a picture of me floating around on the internet in my regalia, and the guy actually has that tattoo on himself.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. If you, it was like I didn't know what to say, and I was like, "Yo, that is me." So I messaged the tattooist, and I told him, "I'm like, yo, that's me. That's my picture you use." And he was like, "For real?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "What?" And he told me, he was like, "I just Googled Taino Warrior, and your face came up." And the guy was like, "Yeah, I want that." I was like, "All right, I want to meet this guy one day."
That's really cool because that you doing that for your community and your culture and that your background. I think that's really cool that you came up as a Google search for that.
Yeah.
We just thought it was just a random picture to get a tattoo. It's like
I'll send you the I'll send you the message, guys. Like what they like. It was weird.
Yeah, that's how I was just looking for it on your Instagram.
Because if like I would hate to see the Google search that pulled me up as the thing that someone would be like, "Yeah, I want that guy on my leg."
Let me see.
I want somebody to get a tattoo of Jesse showing off Kevin.
I want a tattoo of an Irish guy that hates beer and potatoes.
I'll get a tattoo of Jesse, like with a goat, like transformed into a goat and everything like that. And you know what I mean? Like with that look that he has on his face right now, like that. I would love it. I would like it right there. And I'm gonna put it like I want to get it. I'll get it. Look, like right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, yo.
Mid transformation from Jesse into goat. He's a goat, man.
That was
nice.
Oh my gosh.
It says, "Don't give me any ideas."
I sent you the picture, Curtis.
I've seen you tattooed on a few people, Jesse. It could have just been Chewbacca. I'll take it. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
pulling up that picture, Jesse. If you want to ask any other questions while I do that.
I'm gonna try to let the brain get back to my head. The blood, the blaint, the
exactly.
That's all, folks.
That's all she wrote.
Oh. Do you ever have that thing where like you say something or something happens and it triggers like an image? Like I just did Porky Pigs, that's all, folks. Like in my mind, like the circles came up and like the ending of Looney Tunes like was playing in front of my face. I'm like, nope, I'm still talking to people. I can't go with this right now. Oh boy.
You're a little bit silly, Jesse.
The Thor says, "I told you he should have had someone make a figure of him." Yeah, I mean,
I got one close to it that Anthony helped me paint and everything like that. Me as a dwarf, because of my stature and my love of dwarves and everything like that. Curtis, Year of the Dwarf. No, just joking.
No.
Unless you have an invitation from someone else. Unless you have an invitation from someone else, bring it to Legion's Con and we'll put it on my table.
All right.
Here we go.
Cool, thank you.
Oh wow. Dude, that's awesome.
That's great tattoo, man. That guy does some good work.
I told my wife she's next.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said no. But I would love to meet this guy one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's cool.
I don't even have you tattooed on me, but she forgot the word "yet."
Yeah, exactly.
Yet. Yeah. Yet.
No, it doesn't, Dylan. It doesn't mean two things. Not on this show.
All right. Well, yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
I know it's a completely different culture, but that picture, it just made me think of, I was like, what did I just watch recently?
Apocalypto.
Well, Apocalypto.
Oh, all right.
I was going to say Echo, the Marvel show.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
I know it's different culture, but like I
just saw some. I just had to fly.
Oh.
So, I was
I
like,
thought you were about getting real excited about Echo. Did you get to watch that?
Echo was amazing too. Like, you know what I mean? The first native and deaf superhero, like that was like, you know what I mean? That's been on TV and everything.
And amputee.
Beautiful. Huh?
Yeah.
And
amputee.
At that. And she's a real one.
Yep.
She's a real amputee and really deaf. I was like amazed when I found that out. Like, you know what I mean? And she was acting, and this opened up a whole career for her too.
Yeah.
Acting.
I thought she did a great job in Hawkeye, the little bit she was in that.
Yeah.
I know Curtis and I did a Wednesday one shot, a couple months ago, I think shortly after it wrapped up. But
About mommy, you know she's watching, right?
Yes, I know. Said I'm joking. Tell us that I'm joking.
I thought it was really cool seeing, and again, I know it's a comic book show, but like seeing them bring that kind of storyline through her ancestors. I thought that was really cool.
That was
because it's only been in the last year, so they learned that earlier, like North American tribes had as established as a culture as some of that stuff we saw on that. I didn't know that was a thing until recently. So
the culture that was like around before that, it was like, is very heavy duty. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, because now you got the internet and people learn. But like way back, you know what I mean? People thought that the native culture was just basically a bunch of savages running around, you know what I mean? Yep. Hunting, but like the cultures in a lot of places were really, 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 really deep and settled. You had your tribal cultures, and then you had your settled cultures. Once you hit past like Central South America, you had like cultures that were established with pyramids and everything like that. You had the Olmec, the Mayan, the Aztec, all those people. And then on the islands, you had the Taino, who had a whole established culture as well. It was beautiful, and it still is beautiful.
Yeah. But just the fact that there was that big structure down in, was that Mississippi or
the Mississippi Mounds,
where that kind of the mounds, like I didn't even know that the structures had been built that big on this part of the the Americas,
and that stuff that they just found recently. I was watching this program last night with my wife, not last night, like early in the evening, and it was on the Mayans that they found a new pyramid with the sonar location that they do in the laser. And they found, and they was able, like, they tried to reconstruct what it was, and it was a whole civilization that it was like the pyramids and everything, but they weren't able to dig up everything yet. But this is stuff that's like buried thousands and thousands of years before the Mayan Empire. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? This is the precursor to the Mayan Empire, and like, it's amazing what was there. So what was on this planet way before that? You know what I mean? Way before, like, if that's all there, what was on this whole planet before that? Like, you know what I mean? What kind of utopia was on this planet? And it makes you just like start thinking about a whole bunch of different things. You know what I mean? Like, what was here? And then you think about myths and things about myths that were like that's where my head goes. You know what I mean? All right, so where did this myth come from now? So if they're finding this stuff out, what else could they find? And where did all the mythology come from? You know what I mean? Like elves, the little people, the gnomes, and like, by the way, Curtis, I'm waiting for that too. Like, some halflings from Mythic Legions. Where did all that come from? YouTube, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And where did all that come from? So that's where my head goes when I hear about stuff like that. I start thinking about like, what's here, what was here before, and where did all that come from? You know what I mean? There's got to be something. I mean, the Mayans and the Aztecs, they have dragons. There's dragons in Asian mythology. There's dragons in European mythology. There's dragons in every type of mythology. And I'm not going to say it was a dinosaur, because no way in the world you didn't see a dinosaur bone and be like, oh, that was a dragon. No, it had to come from somewhere. So, hey, who knows?
Yeah.
That's just me thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon 24. Joking.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I go on tangents.
No. I read a couple comments and they merged together, and then I got lost again for a second. Nope, I lost it. No. Oh, so yeah, like in a couple thousand years, where there's just going to be this horrible legend of like the setup monstro, where like that's going to be the thing of me that survives, is this terrible being that whenever he was setting something up, he was a monster. That's the mythology is going to come back. That's, if someone ever finds this, know that
It could be a teaching lesson, you
I'm
know,
just saying that,
like
like,
for
you know,
generations.
like there's a truth to the legend, but you
Mhm.
know, by the time you get down the road, it's exaggerated, and this one's blown up way faster than it should already.
I don't know, because I was kind of a witness to it, but I'm joking. I'm joking, Jesse. I love you. I love you, Jess. I love you. Jesse was good during setup, man. And anybody that says anything else, slide into my DMs. He was really good at like during like the setup. He was amazing. Like he had this big smile on his face, and like he was really good. I love you, Jess. No, but he was
I
good, though,
know.
for real.
I know. It's just
He is. The nicest way I could put it is that Jesse is very focused during that time period. He is. There's a lot going on.
I struggle to add anything beyond what my brain is trying to comprehend. I will 100% agree to that.
Yeah,
definitely. No, but
no one knows what's going on in my brain, including me. So, you know, good luck.
That's understandable too, because when I was trying to get ready for Lehigh Valley Toy Show, like I felt it, you know what I mean? Because we had gotten there late because I had like a situation happen at work, and so we wound up getting there a little bit late. So I'm trying to get everything set up. My son's helping me out, and I was like, my wife was helping me out, and then Dirk and his friend came by, and they was helping me out, and I was just like trying to just like, you know, get everything situated how I envisioned it in my head and everything like that. I was like, you know, I got this. And then my heart starts racing, and then the anxiety, and I'm like, all right, I got this.
That should be like we need to make a comic series, the Thumb Swatch and the Goat Man.
I'd watch.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd watch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it'll start off with Jesse, like, you know what I mean? Him laughing, and then you like laughing with the goat in your head, like the one that
the whole, what was that Goat Boy on SNL?
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Oh man.
Oh man.
Good stuff.
Goodness.
Okay. Well,
my
got
brain.
a few more months. We're gonna see each other at Legion's Con. What is there anything that besides, you know, intern, besides just, you know, hanging out with people, anything that you're really looking forward to when it comes to Legion's Con? Anything you're specifically looking to pick up, or you know, whether it's from different artists or from the horsemen themselves? Would you have a game plan already going?
I'm heading your table, Curtis. I'm getting one of those capes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm getting one of Darla's capes that everybody talks about. I'm getting one of the.
Give me my phone, Green. Give me my phone.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, she's definitely been working at that. She's got a lot of capes already ready. So we were actually bagging them this week because our new stickers came in. We got stickers now that has her face and my face on them.
Awesome.
So yeah, we were bagging up capes this week, and there's a lot of them already. So she's been working hard.
Awesome. I'm making a beeline there, and I don't like, you know, straight over there. And I'm looking for custom work. You know what I mean? I'm probably gonna hit up Jesse and Wolf King's table, and I've been looking at the other artists, stuff that I didn't do last year. Last year I concentrated more on picking up stuff at the 4-H table. I'm gonna do that as well, but I think I'm gonna go for customs. And I'm actually just looking forward, like, and I'm really looking. This is the most thing I'm looking forward, just to hang with everybody. You know, during the show and after the show. You know, I'm looking to share a drink with people, to share conversations with people. And Curtis, I'm like, I didn't really like share that much with you last year. Not like our relationship. I feel like I developed, like, you know, a cool relationship with you, and I'm gonna give you a big hug to see you. You know,
absolutely.
You're getting like one of those big, like, I'm gonna stay there for like a couple of seconds, and you know, Dollar's gonna probably
he's gonna lift me off the ground.
I highly like. I'm 5'3", dude.
And
Jesse, I'm giving you a big hug when I see you.
Just ask me if I ate first.
No, I'm not. All right, I will.
I'll make sure I wear my brown pants then.
Deadpool. I love Deadpool.
Yeah. I mean, usually as it gets closer and I see some things that people are posting, I kind of make a game plan on what stuff, like whose booths I need to make sure I stop at, because, you know, there's just, it goes so quick, man. The whole weekend goes by so fast, and you kind of got to be prepared for it. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And then, like you said,
Oh,
the
yeah.
best part is the after the con, hanging out with
Yeah,
folks
man.
and, doing stuff like, going to the little, I'm sure Purple Gang is going to have a show. We're going to have a customizing studio event on Friday night. Like there's just,
Yeah, I'll be
a lot
there.
of stuff, a lot of hangout stuff to do. So
Definitely be there.
G
I
Wolfed
think-
himself off the ground hugging.
I think Wednesday and Thursday night are going to be a lot of fun because especially because Wednesday night, there's not going to be as many people. It's just going to be the people that are, going to the intern event the next day. I think it's going to be a lot more kind of that intimate setting. Same thing with Thursday night. It'll be a little bit busier because maybe there's some people getting there before G-Con and stuff. But, once it gets to like Friday and Saturday, like it's crazy, man. It's just like, it's almost overwhelming. But I think Wednesday and Thursday will be a nice kind of lead up to it. So
last year I just tried to take on the mentality of, well, you haven't watched Firefly, but I'm a leaf on the wind. Just kind of like whatever conversations be like, I can't I won't be able to make a plan because I know I won't be able to stick to other than like getting there to set up and everything.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, all right, I'm going to be a, leaf in the wind or a stick in the stream, just kind of bouncing around to whoever I'm talking to and turn around and they're gone.
Definitely.
So I talk to this person now. And
yeah. I mean, just kind of, especially like you said, like the after the con, just, whatever experiences life throws at you, just kind of be there for it. So, and take it all in.
Definitely.
And savor every moment of it because it goes by quick, and the next thing you know, you're back in regular everyday life, and it'll be another 12 months. So you want to make sure you savor that and make it last for you. So
definitely, last year when I left, I kind of felt like I don't know, it was weird, man. I got home and I felt like when I leave Puerto Rico, when I go out there. And I leave out there, I get like this depression, like, oh man, like, you know what I mean? And you expect to see people the next day, or you expect to you're looking at people and you be like, oh no, we're not there no more, it's like one of those things for me, when I left Legion's Con, I was like, wow, man, I kind of missed it, like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, a little funk and everything, and then I heard about the Legion's chat thing and I joined right away, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah. It's nice with Legion's chat, and of course, with the Wolf King customizing studio Sunday afternoons.
I want to get on one of those, but my Sundays are crazy.
Well, I just that there's different opportunities for us to get to connect, and between these shows and Purple Gang, and Latin Legions, and all the different shows that people do to try to
because I mean, there's so many shows throughout the week, and if you go into the chat, it's a lot of the same people, just kind of hanging out and talking and. Yeah, it's almost like a little mini get together every day of the week. So
yeah,
definitely.
A couple comments I wanted to bring up real quick. Your buddy Thor, great stream, guys. It was a pleasure watching. And subscribe, smash that like button. Thank you very much.
Get your first mythic, Will.
There you go.
I'm sending him a night, actually.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. That's the way to hook people. Is you just got to put a figure in their hands, and then boom, it's game over. So.
And Juan's saying it's funny how people nowadays talk about the event and the meetup, then the wave that's going to be revealed. We all know the wave's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And we're all really excited about that too. And, we're not trying to rub it in anybody's face that can't make it. So hopefully you can, live by, there's so many people like with Hedgehog and Big Dub and Kent Pool that try to broadcast, and other folks, they're just the three that come to the top of my head, that try to share what's going on to let people feel like, you might not be able to be there physically, but you get to experience and see as much as possible. And I think that's really cool because they're in there and they love it. It's not like a news studio sent a team out and we're like, oh, here's the thing. And no, go to the back corner. I want to see what that, they try to get everything. And
yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of content out there. So check that out. And if there's a way that you can ever make it to one, it is an amazing event with amazing people. As much as I love this toy line and I love the Four Horsemen, the community is even that much better. And
100%.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, I know it's kind of cliche, but you come for the toys, you stay for the community. It's absolutely true.
I'm a witness to that.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you can make it, definitely make it at some point. So, Cool. King Castle Sieger saying, I wonder how many people were introduced to Mythic through the Valiant Knight. It was, that was an amazing thing last year that they just kind of dropped on us that we weren't even expecting. Yeah. And it's like the articulation's great. It looks beautiful. And to think that all of these knights that we've got coming up from Necronominus Wave and All-Star 6 and stuff are going to have all that same articulation, with the extra stuff, the soft goods and the weaponry and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just going to be a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, he was essentially the like the after dinner mint or the mint on your pillow at a hotel. Like, here's just a little sample of what's to come. That's not really a good example. Just that those things are never as satisfying as they should be. Not that man, this analogy is getting away from me, and I'm just gonna stop.
I get what you're saying. It was like kind of wet your whistle kind of thing, a little appetizer, a little,
That's like breaking off one of those little chunks of a Hershey bar. It's like I want
got
the rest
you right
of
now,
it.
Jess.
I want the rest of it.
Yo, four horsemen were like crack dealers. They gave you a little taste, and they was like, "Here, you want more? Come see me."
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, I just meant like it comes with a bunch of hands and stuff, but like,
do you have a Raphael head on a Valiant Knight? Is that what I'm seeing?
Oh, that's an amazing idea.
That is awesome.
It's just my desk figure, and I just haven't put anything else on it yet. But yeah,
and the poses you could get this guy in is amazing.
The poses you can get it into. And this is like the most basic like Legion builder version we're gonna get of this figure. Like Curtis was just saying, like the what is it, Sir Adalric, Sir Andrew, Enoch, and
Elijah,
and the different figures. Like it's just going up from here. This was just like, we want to give them a little something extra just to see what this new stuff's gonna be like. And
I can tell you right now, I'm not using those skeleton heads, so.
I'm surprised
that Necronominus where it comes with the skeleton faces. Yeah, you can keep those. I don't need any of those.
I'll help you with
my
those.
son's getting all mine.
Yeah, I did. Yes, hype for Enoch, absolutely, because like between Enoch and Elijah, I think I got like 30 coming between the two of them. It's going to be ridiculous. So I'm not going to need a knight for like the next several years. So
you get the idea for something too when you're looking at them, like for a future custom or a future pop and swap, and you're like, I'm going to need another one, and you just hit the button, adds cart.
My only predictions, Juan, is awesome.
Pain. So from Rocky 3 where they asked Clubber Lang if he has any predictions. Pain. That's what my wallet's going to be feeling.
It could be all over the. I'm not even gonna say it. Yeah, it's going to be awesome stuff. I'd imagine they would continue the theme kind of they started with the Ashes of Agbendor, where it's kind of a little back and forth, like dual storytelling. But who knows? It could be something completely different. But it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And I do like the whole G-Con experience and them doing the reveals and stuff. But to me, it's like that's the future stuff. Like that's like, okay, we get to see it and it's cool. And it's awesome to hang out and talk to people about it and be excited about the reveals and stuff. But it's like, those figures are going to be like a year away, So it's like, it's a fun part of the weekend, but it's not my favorite part of the weekend, It's because I enjoy the stuff that's right there and tangible at that moment.
Oh, sure. But then, a year and a half later, when we're all back again, some of that stuff will be in hand. And they'll be like, oh, remember when this got in? Yeah, I was sitting right next to you during G-Con.
And then they got a full-size bear in the lobby,
Just a real bear. They just have a real grizzly walking around the convention.
Right.
Like, sign me up.
Yeah, with a cosplay atlas on top of him,
Yeah. I'll volunteer as tribute.
You guys are getting me excited. I'm excited now. Like, I'm like, yay!
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Cool. Cannot wait.
Gee, that is 2 hours. It flew by.
Oh, wow.
Told you it was nothing to be nervous about because it's just a conversation. But
Definitely. Thank
man,
you
this has
guys
been a
for
lot
that.
of fun. It's been a ton of fun, and I can't wait to see you at Legion's Con. You know, you're right. I you know, even though we've been at you know, Legion's Con together and stuff, you know, like you said, you know, our relationship has gotten a lot stronger over the past year, and it's just one of those things that it's like I said, you can go to Legion's Con every year and make a new friend.
Definitely.
So it's going to be a lot of fun seeing you and everybody else at Legion's Con this year for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me, man. It was a pleasure.
Thanks
I
for joining
appreciate
us.
this so much. Like I felt honored when I was like, like, you know what I mean? I'm just a regular dude. But thank you guys. I appreciate it, man. Blessings and everything like that, man. And I can't wait to see you guys. And I'm sad that I gotta wait till November to see Curtis and his awesome wife and everything like that. But Jesse, I'll be seeing you probably at RetroCon is in September, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably wind up going, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll see you there.
Okay.
Well, and both of us will be at Intern as well, so we'll see you at Intern, and I'm excited to see. I'm probably going to be like looking like at different times of the event. I'm going to be looking over for you and your son just to see like the looks on your faces and stuff as things are happening, because I think that's going to be a neat experience for you guys.
I don't know if this is going to make me sound creepy, but yeah, I'm going to be people watching because I've been one, so I'm excited to be there because it's the anniversary year. But I want to see how other people are reacting to the experience, and just since, you know, and for whatever surprises we may get to see that day. But yeah. No, I'm not trying to hype you up. I'm not trying to overhype you. I just mean like, you know, getting to talk to Sherry and Cameron and the paints and some of the photos.
An underrated part of that day too that people don't talk about enough is the pizza. Like the pizza's amazing.
Pizza's good.
So
if you get some,
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess.
I'll fight Big Greg for a slice of pizza, man. Don't play.
Yeah.
Somehow I missed the fact that the pizza was there, and by the time
I think
heard
you're
about
talking
it,
about when we did the G-Con the next day, though, not the Intern.
No.
They bought pizza for everybody, and like we stopped everything for it.
No, I didn't get any.
And then we came back the next day for G-Con of the year that you went, and
I
then
don't remember
I
eating
ordered pizza that year, and you missed that.
I don't remember
like you
eating
got it
pizza
on
at
Thursday,
all.
you didn't get it on Friday.
I don't remember eating pizza at all.
You did though. You didn't get it Friday, but you got it Thursday because that's the year that they were still having it at the studio where they did G-Con, and so it was a 2-day thing. Whereas now it's 1 day at the studio and 1 day at the hotel.
No, I remember that.
Which that's cool too, that they can get all those people into G-Con now. Like, yeah, for anybody that wasn't there last year that didn't know, like, they pretty much got anybody that showed up into G-Con at the hotel last year. So I'm not saying, I mean, listen, if like 2,000 people show up, they're not going to be able to fit them all in that room. But if you're there Friday morning, there's a good chance you're going to be able to get into G-Con and see the wave revealed. So just throwing that out there.
Thanks, Mark. Rub it in a little bit more.
It was the same pizza, so I don't know that Friday was any better than Thursday. But
I'm telling you 100%, I don't remember eating pizza at all Legion's Con weekend 2022.
Okay. I know you did. I absolutely 100% saw you eat pizza on Thursday, but Friday you were inside in G-Con, and I know you missed it. But Thursday you definitely had it. So
I remember bagels.
Yes,
and Liquid Death,
in the morning.
Not knowing Liquid Death was just water.
I absolutely did not know either. I thought it was some sort of energy drink or something.
Yeah,
so.
I thought it was a hipster beer.
Hipster beer.
You know, like an IPA or, you know, something like that. I don't know. That's a hipster beer, right? I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just...
No, it's cool.
I don't like any beer. Sorry, G, we're just rattling on nonsense.
It's all right. It's all good. I'm enjoying it.
It's fine. Let's see. Oh, Mark says he brought you a piece of pizza on Saturday too.
You brought it. I don't remember eating it because I'm pretty sure most of that pizza.
Probably because you were in setup Jesse mode from like Thursday all the way through like Saturday morning.
Legion's Con 22. I all but blacked out the last day as soon as the last piece of stuff came off my table. So like,
yeah, that's true.
That's awesome.
Well, G, it was a lot of fun, and
Thank
we
you, guys.
appreciate you being on. We're going to go ahead and close out the show. We're going to put you backstage. If you've got to run, we totally understand. If not, hang out, and we'll be right back with you as soon as we close it out.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. See ya.
I 100% remember leaving half of a cheesesteak in the fridge in my room at Legion's Con 22.
I fully remember Pete McCarthy like standing over you and not knowing what the heck was going on. I remember that.
I know he was there. I have no visual memory of any of that. I couldn't open my eyes. Anyway, this was an awesome show. Gee, I'm so glad. Oh, he left.
Which is a reminder. Well, he's still there. He's just not in the room. But reminder, folks, take care of yourself at Legion's Con.
Yes.
Get enough sleep. Make sure you eat. Make sure you get enough water. Do those things because listen, especially if you're a vendor, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of setup and tear down and people asking questions, and there's a lot of things, but you got to take care of yourself. Okay.
Yeah. Pay attention to your idiot friends like myself, like everybody did last year. And, sometimes you got to point the food to the water bowl to remind them it's time to take a drink.
Did you just call me an idiot friend?
No, I was calling myself an idiot friend of yours.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I made it through last year. 22 was just a weird year the way it all fell together. But anyway, thank you all for being here. We should
write you like con reminders on Kevin. Like
hopefully Kevin won't be with me by the time I get to Legion's Con.
Make little notes on Kevin. This says, make sure you get enough sleep, Jesse. Make sure you drink some water.
If you write on Kevin, you will see a side of me you don't want to see because I will feel that and it will hurt.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go, folks. Don't mess with Kevin. So
next week we have our 2-year anniversary of Shooting the Shelf.
What? 2 years? That's a long time.
2 years. 2 years. Technically 2 years is Tuesday the 26th, which is also my friend Megan's birthday. Happy birthday, Megan.
Happy birthday. And 750 subscribers.
Yep. 750 describers.
Yes, people that describe our channel. They just talk about it. Yeah. they talk about our channel to other people that don't know and they tell it what it's about.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a lot of describers.
And we have the purple wholesome warlock.
Nice.
Jordan Frazier joining us all the way from the Carolinas. I don't remember which one I'm saying.
I would fully expect that we're going to have a Van in the background because when we had Van on, Jordan was in the background. So I'm guessing that Van's going to slip in next week. But yeah, excited to have Jordan on, talk to him, do some giveaways. I know I've got some stuff around here that we showed off. We got some figures. I think Jesse will have some stuff. Who knows? Maybe even we could talk Len into giving away something. But we'll definitely have some prizes next week and have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a shelferific evening on next week, episode 26.
Very shooting, much shelf. Boom, described. Excellent job, Dylan.
Yes, very nice.
All right.
So thank you all for being here. Thank you, G. Thank you, Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of you at home, wherever you are, doing the show. Well,
I think Jesse's cutting out, but what he really meant to say was, what's on your shelf? I think, maybe, possibly.
no!